You make me feel so good, yeah. Oh, yeah. You make me feel so good, yeah.
Hello, YouTube family. Welcome and welcome back to Free's Fragrance Finds. I am the lady of the house, Lady Free, your gourmand guru. And on this channel, we discuss all things fragrance. Where I love gourmands, yes I do, but that doesn't mean that you have to stick around. I promise you, you'll find something that you like. Guys, in today's video, I have my first fragrance haul of 2024. If that sounds like something you're interested in, do please continue to watch. But before we get into today's video, I would love for you to take a quick moment to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you won't miss any of my uploads. Don't you dare miss out. Let's get into today's video. Hey girl, hey boy, hey y'all, hey, what's up? It's your girl Lady Free, your gourmand guru in the house. And as you heard, yes, today we have my first fragrance haul of 2024. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fragrances that I want to discuss very quickly with you. I have gotten a chance to wear a majority of these fragrances, so I do have an opinion that I would love to share with you. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So this first fragrance I have here is Sugar Kisses. Let's go ahead and roll the product shot. While we're rolling the product shot, I'll give you my first impressions on this fragrance. This is a very sweet, a very almost a little bit airy, but very sweet, a little bit chocolatey fragrance that puts me in the mind a little bit of a couple of other fragrances that I would discuss with you guys later. I was so thirsty to get this fragrance when I first heard that it came out. Oh, I wanted it so badly. It was on my Christmas list and I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. Do I regret pulling the trigger? I don't know. We'll discuss that in a little bit later on in my synopsis of this fragrance. This is your very sweet, sugary, a little bit dusty, powdery cacao type of fragrance. The notes you have on this fragrance are cacao butter, milk, heliotrope, frangipani, orange peel, vanilla, coconut, chocolate, hazelnut, dates, tonka, cacao blossom, caramel, toffee, vanilla bean, brown sugar, white musk, benzoin, and rum. What I get mainly in this fragrance is definitely that cacao butter. It kind of puts you in the mind of a cocoa butter, like, you know, the cocoa, literally the cocoa, like a raw cocoa butter. That's what I get initially when I sniff the fragrance or when I smell the fragrance. On skin, you do get a little bit of that lactonic from me, a little bit of a lactonic nuance from that milk. I don't get much of the florals at all, so don't be, you know, scared if you're not a floral girl, as I am not. I don't get that at all. Excuse me. And you get the hazelnut. It's definitely nutty, a smidge nutty, not definitely nutty. You get a smidge nuttiness, not as much as you would get in your fragrances like your Dolce Passion, or even not as chocolatey as your Van Ecstasy by the same house. However, it is present and you do get it. You get a smidge of spiciness from that tonka bean. You definitely get the caramel, the toffee, the brown sugar. And it is, I would say, a smidge musky. I do really like this fragrance. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I saw the notes, so I don't know what expectation I had, but the expectation I had wasn't fulfilled. Wearability, the time of year I will wear this fragrance is definitely during the colder weather months. However, it is not sickly sweet. It is very sweet, but it's not like sickly sweet. It's not so thick and syrupy and dense to where you could not definitely, like, it is a definite no for your hotter weather months. However, the typical or the ideal time for me to wear this fragrance definitely would be my colder in the colder months, as i.e. this time of year. Night or day, it really doesn't matter. Like, I don't think this fragrance will really hold up, or it isn't not really sexy, so I can't really see myself wearing this on a date night or anything like that. But to bed, I have worn this fragrance and I can see Yes, you can wear it at night, but a date night, sexy type of going out type of, you know, event, no, I don't see myself wanting to reach for this fragrance for that type of event. This fragrance is a bit airy to me. I know it has some very heavy hitting notes and nuances with the cacao butter and the chocolate and the hazelnut and the brown sugar and things like that. However, it still has an airy nature to me. Even the way it sprays out of the nozzle, just as the Van Ecstasy, you can see that it's very airy. It's very particle-y. I know that's not a word, but you see a lot of, it's not like a concentrated spray. It's airy. It is very sweet, but because it isn't very dense, you know, again, you could get away with it. Could possibly, if you wanted to, get away with it during the hotter months. This is a feminine fragrance to me. I don't see it being unisex. I don't see it being masculine. I see it being straight up feminine because it's sweet. It's so sweet. It is a gourmand, and yeah, I don't see it being a man wanting to wear this fragrance. However, anybody can wear anything that they want to wear. However, it is just not a masculine fragrance to my nose, okay? And if I didn't mention, you definitely get that vanilla in the fragrance, along with the chocolate and the caramel. So I do think this fragrance falls in the line of a vanilla caramel type of fragrance. It definitely holds true to that line or DNA type of, that line of fragrances that have come out with that type of DNA. So that vanilla caramel with the addition of, you know, you have a little, it's not like a chocolate fragrance, but you do smell the chocolate in there, like more of a cocoa butter type of scent. Performance, I did wear this fragrance, and I can say that it isn't a beast mode, or it isn't the most present scent. It isn't the best performing scent as far as sillage, but I did smell myself very presently for the first maybe 3 hours, and after that, you know, it kind of died down a little bit and it became more subtle. And I would catch whiffs and wafts of it here and there. However, it did last on my skin a good bit of time. So on my skin and on my clothes, I wore it to bed and I could still smell it the next morning. Not very presently and not very heavy, but again, I was catching whiffs and wafts of it. So for the longevity, I will give it on your clothes a strong 8 hours. As far as the projection and the sillage, very presently and very strongly the first few hours, and then it kind of mellows out and not really turns into a skin scent, but you will live in your own scent bubble, and those who come close to you will be able to smell you. To blind buy or not to blind buy, I would say this is, if I had to rate blind buy from 5 to 10, I mean from 1 to 10, my light is gonna go out here, from 1 to 10, I would say it's mid safe. I would say 5, but you have to like these kind of fragrances. So I would say, and I would caution, if you don't like gourmands, if you don't like a sweet kind of powdery type of texture in your fragrances, if you don't like cocoa butter, if you don't like a caramel and vanilla scented type of fragrance, then you won't like this one. However, if you like other fragrances that fall in this category, I would say this is a safe blind buy. It doesn't have anything that I can see people that like these types of fragrances not liking, okay? Rating, I would give this a strong 8 out of 10. Again, I had high expectations. I was so thirsty to get this fragrance, and maybe because my expectations were so high, maybe that's the reason why it did not live up to 100%, live up to my expectations. However, it's still likable, it's still very enjoyable, and I still will wear the fragrance. So I give it a strong 8 out of 10. I don't know why I'm taking away 2 points. I would just take away the 2 points just because it smells like similar to other fragrances that I have, which we'll get into that. And also, it just did not really live up to what I thought it was going to be. Like, it's nothing like groundbreaking about this scent, okay? Value, this bottle came in at I think $165. Is it worth it? The other fragrances that I am going to compare this one to, I would say, are around the same price or more. I do not know of any. It's a good value. It's a good value, especially for today's prices. Your designer fragrances are running you $165, so it's definitely a good value. It lasts long enough on the skin to where you can enjoy it, and you smell it enough to where you can enjoy it, and it's not a terrible price point for today's prices. So this smells like that, or that smells like this. Now, hear me out. The reason why I took away the points, or the points that I took away, is because it is not a groundbreaking type of fragrance. It smells like caramel or vanilla by New Notes. It puts you in the mind of your caramel vanilla by New Notes. It also puts you in the mind of your Escapade Gourmand by Maison Mahata. It also puts you in the mind of your Bianco Latte by your Giordani di Toscani. It definitely puts you in the mind of your Bianco Latte, because it does have that milk note, it does have that caramel note, and then it does have that vanilla note. However, I would, if I had to say it smells exactly like something, if you were to mix Van Ecstasy, which is a vanilla scent, however, it is a vanilla scent. It's a chocolate nuanced vanilla scent, okay? So you get that dusty cacao, or that dusty type of chocolate powder from that Van Ecstasy, although it's straight up vanilla. If you were to mix Van Ecstasy with your Bianco Latte, you would definitely have your sugar kisses. So it definitely puts you in the vein of those scents that carry that DNA of that caramel and that vanilla. So this smells like that, or that smells like this. Yes, it definitely smells like several other fragrances in my collection. Can I justify having it in my collection? I would say no, because again, I have so many other fragrances that smell like this. However, I do not have backup bottles of my Giordani di Toscana Bianco Latte. I am running low. However, I do not have a backup bottle as of yet of my Maison Mahata. So I feel like this one, as well as the caramel or vanilla, might be taking the place of those. Although I like the aforementioned ones better, but I can see me wearing these in the place of those. Okay, so review. This is a vanilla caramel, very sugary, sweet chocolate, dusty cacao chocolate type of scent. Smells like cocoa butter when you upon initial spray. This is not the best performing fragrance. Like the first 2 or 3 hours you will smell it very presently. After that, it does become more of a, not a skin scent, but you will live in your own scent bubble. However, it did last long on my clothes, so I got about 8 hours of wear. So the longevity of this fragrance is pretty decent. It's pretty good. This is a straight up feminine fragrance to my nose because it is so sweet. For me, this is a colder weather scent. However, because it is not super cloying, super thick, super dense, it does have an airy nature to it, a little bit of a textured nature to it as well. I can see one wanting to get away with this during the hotter months. However, for me, I want to wear it during the colder months. It does bear a striking resemblance to your fragrances, like your Bianco Latte, your Van Ecstasy, your Maison Mahata, your caramel Maison Mahata Escapade Gourmand, and your caramel vanilla by New Notes. So overall, I give this fragrance a strong 8, because it is not groundbreaking and because it did not live up to my expectations. I had high hopes for this fragrance. So that is your Sugar Kisses by Lorenzo Pizzacli, and I'm gonna have to hurry up because I got several fragrances to go through and not a lot of memory. So next I have your Sugar Leather by Una Nuit Nomade. Go ahead and roll the product shot, and while I'm rolling the product shot, I'm going to give you my initial impressions of this fragrance. When I first got it, it was very sugary, it was very sweet. I did smell the leather. However, if you guys are not familiar with my scent profile as of late, I do enjoy those leathery type of scents. As long as it's sweet, it's bearable to me. So it's very sugary, it's very leather, it's sugar leather, right? So it's very sweet, it's very leathery. However, the only caveat to this fragrance is, let me tell you the notes first. Wait, and I'll tell you the problem, the issue, or the issue that I have with this fragrance. So, notes: caramel, cinnamon, leather, lap denim, and ambergris. So this is your leather, your sweet leather, your warm, spicy, sweet leather type of scent. There are two caveats to this fragrance. Number one, is very linear. What you smell is what you get the entire wear. It does not change. It does not deviate. It does not alter. What you smell out of the nozzle is what you're going to smell on your skin the whole time you have or you wear the fragrance, in my opinion. The next issue or the next thing that I will warn you against in wearing this fragrance or in wanting to know more about this fragrance is I get out of the nozzle and on my skin a strong mentholy type of fragrance. It smells to me like a medicated chapstick. It smells to me like a cherry chapstick. You know, I'll put it across, literally cherry chapsticks, literally cherry chapstick or mentholatum. Vicks Vapor Rub. That's what I get, a sweet Vicks Vapor Rub. And I don't know why I pick up cherry in this fragrance, because it doesn't have any cherry in it. But maybe the medicated nuance, that ain't even a nuance, the medicated strong vibe that I get from this fragrance maybe puts me in the mind of a cherry. Because cherry can, you know, give off a medicinal type of smell. So I will warn and caution against that. I don't see a lot of people mentioning that they pick that up or they get that smell from it. However, I do. So again, this is a very linear scent and it smells like cherry chapstick. And your notes are, again, caramel, cinnamon, leather, lap denim, and ambergris. Take that as you will, okay? So wearability, our nighttime, a cold nighttime, okay, a cold winter's night. This fragrance to me got a little bit cloying. I got tired of smelling it. It was, to my nose, on my skin, it was very present. It didn't leave. Again, it was very linear. It didn't change. So it got a little bit cloying and I got a little bit tired of wearing it. So a quick little 2 or 3 hour date night, I can see myself spraying it on and going, honey, because anything more than that, I ain't gonna want to keep smelling like no cherry chapstick, okay? We ain't finna take it that far. However, I can see myself layering this with something to kind of maybe take away that waxy mentholy type nature that I get from it. To me, this is a straight up unisex, I won't say straight up, this is a unisex scent leaning masculine because of that leather note in here. However, it is sweet, so a woman can definitely get away with it. However, I do think that the leather note in this fragrance lends to the masculinity. So unisex leaning masculine, nighttime, colder weather, wearability, okay? The performance on this fragrance, again, it's baby. I know I've heard some people talk about that they're struggling with the performance on this one. Maybe because it's not a love of mine, okay? Just go ahead and put that out there. Maybe because it's not a love of mine, I got tired of smelling it and I continue to smell it. You know, the ones that you don't really care for, you smell, and they don't go anywhere. It wasn't a scrubber by any stretch or any means, stretch of the imagination. However, I just got tired of smelling it and it was very present. So if I smelled myself as strongly as I smelled myself, I feel like other people could smell me as well. So I feel like it's a very strong sillage, not a beast mode or anything like that. And I also feel like the longevity is very good on this fragrance because I did smell this on my skin for a very long time, to the point where I got tired of smelling it, okay? To blind buy or not to blind buy, no. There's nothing safe about this fragrance. Nothing safe about this fragrance. It's the leather, it's leathering. It's not a hardcore scratchy type of leather, but then a little bit it is a little bit, because it was a little bit scratchy, not gonna lie. So no, do not blind buy it. Rating, I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. It's not a love. almost not even a like, because of that cherry chapstick note and that mentholy waxy type of note that I get, that I smell. So 6.5 out of 10. Nothing stellar. It's sweet, and that's really the only reason that I will wear it. Okay, this smells like that, or that smells like this. The leather may put you in the mind of, I see people comparing this to Angel Share. I don't get it. I do not get Angel Share. I can see, maybe understand how they got Angel Share because of that cinnamon, that, you know, that warm spiciness that you get with Angel Share. However, it don't smell like Angel Share to me, and I don't really have anything in my fragrance, anything in my collection that I can say this is spot on. But it does put you in the mind of those types of scents. So if you like that warm, leathery, spicy type of scent, you will like this one. Value, is it worth it? Yeah, I mean, if you like it, it'll be worth it. It's only $120 for these days. That's cheap. So if you like it, yes, it's worth it. Review. This is a very linear scent. You have it's warm, it's spicy, leathery, it's sweet. If I were going to wear it, it definitely would be a cold winter's night, a cold fall brisk night. Definitely a unisex scent leaning masculine, in my opinion. I give this overall a 6.5 out of 10 because it does smell like medicated cherry chapstick, or medicated chapstick, or Vicks Vapor Rub type of smell. Yeah, so that is Sugar Leather by Una Nui Nomad. The next fragrance I have is Velvet Chocolate by Theodoros Kalatinis. Let's go ahead and roll the product shot. And this is the only one that I have not had a chance to wear as of yet. However, I have sniffed it. This is your straight up chocolate. I mean, warm, a little bit spicy, cacao chocolate fragrance. And chocolate fragrance, and I'm here for it. You know I love chocolate fragrances. So now I will say this. Put a quick sticky note right here. Now, you know what, let's not, because I'm always just saying something smell like something. Let's go ahead and say it since I said it. Some chocolate fragrances can give me a little ass. Okay, you have to be careful with chocolate fragrances, because chocolate can come off as a little bit assy to me. I mean, straight up butt cheeks wide open. Some chocolate fragrances, so I understand why people say I don't like chocolate fragrances, or I don't like, you know, because of that reason. I'm thinking it's because of that reason. However, you have to be careful with your chocolate fragrances. This does not smell like ass, okay? Let me go ahead and give you the notes. It's very simple. You have chocolate, cacao, vanilla, and tonka bean, and you get the spiciness from the concha. You get the spiciness from the tonka bean. You get the dustiness from the cacao. You get it smells like melty chocolate brownie. You definitely get that from the chocolate note in there, and with your vanilla, you know. So not really much to this fragrance. I do like it. Wearability, time of year. I feel like this is definitely a winter gourmand. Any chocolate for me will be a winter gourmand, unless it has like maybe a orange note or a lemon note or some type of citrusy note that makes it fresher and, you know, you're able to wear it during any other months, during the hotter months. Okay, excuse me, damn, why can I get that out? I do feel like this fragrance is more of a nighttime, bedtime scent. I don't see me wanting to smell like this on a date. I probably would spray this going out to run errands. So masculine or feminine, I feel like it's straight up down unisex because it is chocolate. It is sweet. I feel like a man can get away with this. So I would say unisex leaning feminine though. So performance, again, I haven't had a chance to wear this one, so we'll skip over that. To blind buy or not to blind buy, this is blind buy safe if you like a chocolate fragrance. If you don't like a chocolate fragrance, do not blind buy this because it does smell like chocolate. So if you are into gourmands, or if you are into chocolate gourmands, I feel like this is a safe blind buy. It is inexpensive, so we're going to segue right into value. It is inexpensive. It's like $55, so it is very much worth its price point. I give this a strong 8.5 out of 10. I'm only taking away the points, deducting the points that I'm deducting because it is not groundbreaking. It just smells like chocolate. It is kind of linear. Nothing really groundbreaking or special about this chocolate fragrance, but it does smell very good. This smells like that. That smells like this smells like that, or that smells like this. Chocolate fragrances, right? Any chocolate fragrances that you have in your collection is going to smell like it, like your Dolce Passion, maybe even your Dolce Diablo minus the apricot note. So any chocolate fragrance that you have in your collection is going to smell like it, okay? So overall, again, my review, I do like this fragrance. This is, to me, a unisex fragrance, but made me leaning a little bit feminine because it is very sweet. This is a linear scent. It is a little bit spicy from the cacao. You get a little bit of dustiness from the, a little bit spicy because of the tonka bean, a little bit dusty because of the cacao, and a little bit melty, like a melty chocolate brownie from the actual chocolate note that's listed in this fragrance. I feel like it's a bedtime scent or maybe a running errand type of scent. I gave it a strong 8.5 out of 10, and this is your Velvet Chocolate by Theodoris Calatina. Sticking with the same house, you have your Caramel Oud. Go ahead and run the product shots. This is your sweet, oudy, kind of spicy, oudy, again, caramel type of fragrance. You definitely get that oud. It smells a little bit leathery. The oud comes off as a little bit leathery, in my opinion. So a little bit, maybe suede in my opinion. So a little bit more smooth of an oud, not a overbearing, I can't stand it, stanky, animalic type of oud. I'm not getting that from it. It's a smooth, sweet type of oud. The caramel isn't super syrupy, it isn't super drippy, it isn't like super oozy, super sweet. However, it may have been that without the addition of the oud. The oud definitely takes away from the sweetness and maybe from the thickness and syrupy thickness of the caramel. However, the combination is very, 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 very good, okay? Who would ever thought of caramel and oud? I'm not saying it's like super groundbreaking or that combination hasn't been put in any other fragrances. However, just for it being just that, I mean, it is what it is, okay? So the notes are very simple. Saffron, I think I'm getting that leatheriness from that saffron. So caramel, argwood, which is oud, toffee, and saffron. You definitely get that saffron in here. For me, I'm getting that more than I'm getting the oud. Or maybe I don't know the difference between the two. I don't know, but I'm getting a leathery or a suede nuance. Not even nuance, but a leathery or suede type of smell from that saffron. So wearability, I will say this again as a cold weather scent. Do not see me wanting to reach for this during the hotter weather because that oud and that saffron is very prominent, and I don't really care for those types of fragrances during the hotter months. I'm looking for a more fresher, I don't know, like fresher scents, or a more fruity type of scent during the hotter months. So let's just stick, for me, I'm going to stick with colder weather, definitely nighttime. This may be a little bit strong, late, maybe a little bit much to wear to work or just to wear out in public. However, I can wear out in public, but to wear in a crowded area, I say that may be a little bit much, especially if you're in close quarters. So going out to a club where it's smoky, I feel like that'll stand up. Going on a date night to be sexy, that is definitely that type of scent there. So sexy date night, evening type of cold weather type of scent. It is a little bit dense. To me, it's not light wearing. Although the caramel in this fragrance isn't like super syrupy and super thick and dense and heavy, the oud and the saffron does definitely make it that way. This is a unisex scent, leaning masculine. Yeah, leaning masculine. So that's that on that. The performance, I did get a chance to wear this fragrance. It is very present, and for me, anything in oud in it, the performance is going to be good. It's going to be, if not beast mode, if not stellar, it's going to be decent. So this is a almost beast mode type of fragrance for me. It is very present. It doesn't really die down. The whole time you have it on, you're going to smell it. It is a little bit linear. It's very linear actually, because what you smell is what you get. However, it's very present. It's almost beast mode, and the longevity is definitely there. So it projects well and it lasts long. Okay, so very good with both of those, longevity and projection. To blind buy or not to blind buy? No, not a safe blind buy unless you just know you like oud. Don't go and blind buy this fragrance. Segue into value. It is a good value. Again, these bottles only run you $55, so I'm not telling you to blind buy it, but this smells like that or that smells like this. I necessarily don't have a lot of oudy fragrances in my collection. However, if I had to say that this was in the vein of or had a similar note structure or DNA, or one note smelled like this note and that, it would be your Vanilla Oudgasm by your K. Ali. The oud is a little bit similar to that. However, it doesn't smell anything like it. So I don't really have much that smells like this in my collection because I don't have a lot of scents, that's a lot of fragrances that smell like oud. So review, sexy date night cold weather type of scent. It is unisex leaning masculine in my opinion. Very sweet, oudy, not sickly sweet or caramel drippy type of thick dense type of caramel. However, the oud does make it it's not a light wearing scent at all. It's very present, it's very thick, not thick, it's very dense. It's very a heavier type of scent because of the power players such as your saffron and as your oud, and also those notes also lend to the longevity and the projection, which are very good on this fragrance. I didn't give it a rating, so let's put a pin in it. Rating, I give it a 9 out of 10. I do like this fragrance. I am going to wear it, and that is my review. That is again Caramel Oud by Theodoros Kalatinis. The next two fragrances I'm going to discuss are by Joussette Parfums. This has slowly become one of my favorite fragrance houses, especially for gourmands. This is Accident à la Vanille. Let's go ahead and roll the product shot. Okay, so this is your straight up and down vanilla through and through fragrance, honey. It does, I don't know why the some of the fragrances, maybe it's the way it comes out of the nozzle. The Lorenzo Pozzaglia ones do the same thing. It's a little bit, I don't know why it's a little bit powdery to me, but it is. A smidge. Maybe the texture is powdery. I don't know, but this is your vanilla, straight up gourmand, sweet, dense vanilla through and through. Let me go ahead and give you the notes. Vanilla, sandalwood, vanilla, and Styrex. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of that powdery or that dustiness, that type of dusty type of texture from that sandalwood. Maybe that's where I'm getting that from. But this is straight up vanilla, like through and through, your gourmand, edible, want to bite your hand type of vanilla. Wearability, I feel like it's not super like present. I feel like you probably could get away with it during the hotter months or when it's starting to get hot. However, I would probably stick to the colder weather months with this one as well. Day or night, this is really an easy reach fragrance. You can just mix it with a multitude of fragrances, like anything you want to add a little bit sweetness to, anything you want to add a vanilla note to. I mean, this mixes, this layers with everything. So it's really easy to rinse fragrance day or night. I'm going to go ahead and put it with any season, but for me, I want to stick to wearing it during the colder months. You probably can wear it during, let's just say I'm going to stick to wearing it during the colder months for me, okay, because it is very sweet. Performance. This fragrance is not a strong performer. Like, it's not very present. Like, you're not gonna like choke people out. You're not gonna choke yourself out. I would suggest overspraying this because for me, it's a little bit lighter wearing. It's not a light scent as far as its presence. However, it's a lighter wearing scent as far as, it's not a lighter wearing scent as far as its note structure and as far as it being sweet. Okay, so it's not light in that sense, like it's airy. It's light in the fact that you just the sillage. Okay, it's not a very present scent. You're gonna have to almost overspray this to, in my opinion, for you to really smell it and for others to really smell you very, very presently. So the sillage isn't the greatest on this one, as well as the longevity isn't the greatest. I'm getting a moderate sillage, a moderate longevity and a moderate to low sillage. But again, we're still playing around with this fragrance and it is a vanilla, so I may need to let it sit for a while. I just purchased it, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. To blind buy or not to blind buy, if you like vanillas, yes, this is a safe blind buy. That's we're going to segue from blind buy into value because it is a decent value. It is I think this one is also $165, so for today's prices, again, that's a decent value. Similarity, this does smell like Cheirosa 71 to me without the popcorn note. So this is your vanilla scent. Okay, so your vanillas like the ones I've been mentioning this whole video. Your Mason Mojito Escape Gourmand, your Bianco Lattes, your Caramello Vanilla, your Gourmand vanillas like that. So it isn't groundbreaking, however, it is very popular, and if you like vanillas, you need this one in your scent collection. Rating 10 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing not to like about it. It's a vanilla, so I rate this one a strong 10 out of 10. Review, I rate this one a strong 10 out of 10. This is, for some, this may be a year-round vanilla. However, for me, I'm going to stick to wearing it during the colder months. However, it is day or night for me because it is very wearable. It's easy reach. It's easy to layer and mix with other fragrances that you may want to add a vanilla to. I didn't say whether this was masculine or feminine. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. If you like vanilla, then you like vanilla. If you don't, then you don't. If you're masculine, you can wear it. If you're feminine, you can wear it. However, I think it is a feminine leaning scent because it is so sweet. And again, I rated it a strong 10 out of 10. I mean, there's nothing not to like about it. It's vanilla. So that is Accent à la Vanille by Giuseppe Parfums. I finally got my hand on it. Okay, sticking in that same house, Les Gourmand. Go ahead and roll the product shot. We're gonna try to get through this one before we have to make some room on my memory card. Les Gourmand, roll the product shot. This is your nutty, sweet, hazelnutty, I said hazelnutty. This is your hazelnutty, sweet chocolate type of fragrance. This does put you in the mind of straight up Nutella with an additional chocolate note. Let's go ahead and read the notes off to you. Butter, toast, salt, cookie dough, hazelnut, cocoa spread, and hazelnut. This one was also one that I was very thirsty to get my hands on. Finally, glad I got it. It did live up to the hype. It did give me exactly what I thought it was going to give me. You do get that buttery, you do get all the notes. The notes are actually very combined, or actually combined and blended very good. So I don't just smell butter, I don't just smell toast. It smells to me like the cookie has come together. The cookie dough has actually come together, and if you smell cookie dough before you bake it and after you bake it, really, it just smells like all the notes have come together to make the cookie. It smells like a chocolate chip cookie with a hazelnut center. So maybe you hazelnut spread center. So maybe you have stuffed the chocolate chip cookie with a hazelnut, or maybe you included some Nutella in your chocolate chip cookie dough mixture and then you cooked it. That's what I get from this fragrance. Okay, so yeah. Performance. I did wear this fragrance to bed. Well, not performance, let's say wearability, time of year. This is a very literal gourmand, so I don't see people wanting to just smell. For me, If I'm saying this, y'all, and I'm your gourmand guru, I love to smell like literal gourmands. This is almost too literal for even me. So for that reason, I really probably only wear this one to bed. I don't see me really wearing this one out unless I'm just going to run errands or something like that. Not a date night. Maybe a, you know, Netflix and chill type of cute little juvenile-esque type of date night, yes. But in the house, I'm not wearing this out really anywhere sexy. So you take that with a grain of salt. Masculine or feminine, I feel like this is feminine. It's very sweet. It smells like a chocolate chip cookie. So for me, that's really, really girly. But however, if you're a man, if you want to wear it, go ahead and be my guest, okay? This is not a really light fragrance. It sprays out of the nozzle lightly, but it is a very thick and sweet type of gourmand, okay? Performance, I did wear it to bed. I got very presently, I got about 3 or 4 hours out of it. So when I woke up, I smelled it very faintly. So I'm going to give it moderate longevity. And the sillage is also moderate. So moderate sillage and moderate longevity. Blind Buy, is this Blind Buy safe? No. No, it is not Blind Buy safe because it smells exactly like a chocolate chip cookie with Nutella. I don't know if that's going to be appealing to a lot of people. If that's appealing to you, then maybe it is a safe Blind Buy. It was a safe Blind Buy for me because I know my nose, okay? So rating, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. It did live up to my expectations. This smells like that, or that smells like this. I do have a Cacao Noisette up there by Cos Perfumes. It smells exactly like it, but this is a little bit, the notes are blended a little bit better. This is a little bit more decadent. This is a little bit more just well blended and put together, and not as nutty as the Cacao Noisette by the Cos Perfume. So it definitely does smell like that. So do a quick review. I do give this an 8 out of 10. It does smell like your Cacao Noisette. It also may even put you in the mind of your Dolce Passion by your Dolce Passion by Pantheon Roma. Nighttime to bed type of scent. I don't see me wanting to wear this one out. This is almost too literal gourmand leaning for me. It is not a safe Blind Buy for that reason, because it is a very literal gourmand. I feel like it does lean feminine, and that is why I give it an 8 out of 10, and that is your Le Gourmand by Giuseppe Parfums. So the next one I have is Black Phantom by Kilian. Go ahead and roll a product shot. While we're rolling product shot, I will give you my first impressions or my initial thoughts on this one. This is your sweet, warm, spicy, caramel coffee type of scent. Very sweet, a little bit spicy. Does put you in the mind of a couple of other fragrances that I have. However, I really do like it. I was wanting to get something else by Kilian because I did get rid of one of my Kilian fragrances, my Apple Brandy, and I was looking to replace that with something else, and it was either between this one or Back to Black, and I went ahead and picked this one up first because number one, I found a good deal on it at Saks. I got it in a set, which this travel spray and this one. This is just a very sweet dark chocolate, boozy, definitely get that coffee upon initial spray type of scent. Let me find some skin to spray on it. I have worn it, but only once, and that was just running errands when I sprayed it. To me, I'm getting a tobacco note in here, although it doesn't say tobacco, but I definitely get that coffee, maybe a little bit burnt type of coffee. Read off the notes to you. Have dark chocolate, rum, caramel, coffee, sugarcane, almond, sandalwood, and heliotrope. I do remember that as it dried down, the coffee note wasn't as prominent, so it was a little bit more in the background. So the coffee note, you know, just wasn't as strong, and that burnt coffee smell kind of did, you know, die down and go away as it dried down. You definitely get that dark chocolate. You get that bitterness from that dark chocolate. Also, you get a little bit of bitterness and nuttiness from that almond. It's giving me a dark chocolate Hershey's bar, the special dark. That's what it's giving me, with a little bit of coffee note. Not a little bit of coffee note. The coffee note is definitely there. However, as it dries down, it does smell like a special dark, you know, the Hershey's chocolate that says special dark on it with the, like it says it in red, I think. That's really what I'm getting with a little bit of rum. That's what I'm getting with this. I do like that it is not linear. I do like that as I keep smelling it, I'm getting different. It is very nuanced, so I'm getting different things here and there as I keep smelling it. Then it sweetens up a little bit because you do have that sugar. It's still not a milk chocolate. I'm still getting that bitter kind of dark chocolate, kind of like, y'all might not gonna like this, but I do like it because it just adds a little bit of something to the fragrance. It smells like ashes a little bit, like a cigar ash. So I don't know, that maybe the tobacco note that I'm getting from that, I don't know. It doesn't have tobacco in it. It doesn't have ashes in it, but it smells like you were eating a Hershey special dark chocolate bar with the nuts in it in a cigar bar and with drinking a cup of rum. That is where I'm getting a very smoky, sexy, dark, kind of a bit of masculine type of environment. That's what this fragrance is evoking for me. Wearability. This fragrance, just go ahead and put it out, does lean a little bit masculine to me. So it don't lean masculine to me, it is a masculine scent to me. I think the black bottles nowadays are a depiction of that for the Killian bottles. I'm not sure, don't quote me. However, this is the bottle, how it looks is what you get. I get a very dark type of smoky, seductive type of deep masculine type of fragrance. But again, a woman, a very strong, secure, I know I keep saying that when I say women can wear this fragrance, but it's true. A woman that knows what she likes can wear this fragrance because it still has the sweetness to it, and that sweetness to me kind of lends to not the femininity of it, but it allows a woman to be able to pull this off and not smell like a man. So definitely a nighttime fragrance. I can see myself maybe wearing this during a brisk or a colder spring night. I wouldn't wear this in the dead of the heat, definitely not during the daytime. So this is definitely a nighttime, evening, sexy. If I had to pinpoint and say one particular type of weather, I would say cold weather. However, I feel like you can get away with it during a colder spring night. So we already spoke that this is a dense, thick, dark, heavy, nothing light, nothing airy about this fragrance. Performance, being that this fragrance, being that the notes give me heavy, give me present, give me beast up mode, as far as the sillage, I don't get it. I have to actually really sniff my arm to smell this fragrance. And even when I sprayed it on myself, it didn't last long. So I was a little bit disappointed by the sillage as well as the longevity of this fragrance. Maybe I need to let it sit a little bit at a time, or sit a little while, because I definitely hate to keep doing that to smell my fragrance. You know what I mean? I buy my fragrances just because I want to smell them, and I was a little bit let down. Honestly, after an hour or two, I was struggling to smell it. So again, I've only worn it the one time, so take that with a grain of salt. I should worn it a couple of times. Take that back with a grain of salt. However, I am going to keep playing with it. I do like the scent, but it just doesn't project well for me. To blind buy or not to blind buy, do not blind buy this fragrance at any cost. Listen to your Gourmand guru, listen to your friend. This fragrance smells like an ashtray, but a sweet ashtray. I like it. It's not a love. I like it, and I feel like I can get away with it because I know what type of fragrances I like. You know. So if you like tobacco type of fragrance, although it doesn't have tobacco in it, that's what is mind-boggling. Although Fragrance Net says it does not have it, not Fragrance Net, Fragrantica says it doesn't have it in there. I don't know, it's just mind-boggling to me that I smell that. segue into rating. That's this spray. I can't even remember. I think I paid, I ain't gonna say what I paid for it. It's very expensive. It's a Kilian fragrance. Is it worth that price point? No ma'am. No ma'am, no sir. Don't you dare go buy and pay a full price for this fragrance. It's not worth it. It doesn't smell. It's very uniquely, not uniquely composed, but it's very well blended. It's not really unique. It is well blended. It is quality ingredients. However, it still is not worth that price point. So it is what it is. I like it. I bought it, but I got it at a great sale, and I had credit with that, with Saks. So I bought it on credit. Okay, because I had a credit, so I bought it. This fragrance does put you in the mind of this smells like that or this smells like that. XO Brandy by, I think is it Navitas? Yeah, Navitas, XO Brandy by Navitas. It puts me in the mind of fragrances that may have a tobacco note in it, although this does not have a tobacco note in it. Go freaking figure. It puts me in the mind of fragrances that may have a tobacco note in it. Maybe like your tobacco vanille, or even your Back to Black a little bit, maybe put you in the mind of that same kind of DNA as your Back to Black. Trying to look at my fragrances, but they're not really facing me. Maybe your side effects that has a tobacco note in it? I think it's side effects that has that tobacco note in it. Maybe a little bit, doesn't smell like it, but it'll, you know what I mean? If you like those fragrances, you may like this one. So rating, I give this one a 7 out of 10. And it's not a love for me, but I really do like it. I'm taking away those 3 points because it does smell like an ashtray, but a sweet ashtray. It does, yeah. And a little bit burnt coffee note that you really get presently at the beginning. The initial spray, and it takes a minute for that to dry down and kind of go away. I do feel like this is a straight up masculine scent. However, a woman can get away with it. I do feel like this is a very strong, not strong, but a very deep and dark masculine type of fragrance. So for that reason, I feel like this fragrance is best suited for colder weather. However, I do feel like you maybe can get away with it on a sexy date night during a cold spring or a brisk spring night. And I give it an 8 out of 10. That is your Black Phantom by Kilian. This next fragrance I have is your DELIZIA de Marshmallow by Cos Perfume. Go ahead and roll the product shot. This is your straight up ooey gooey, also powdery type of sweet marshmallow scent. It's not much to this fragrance. It's very linear. So we're gonna go ahead with the notes: marshmallow, sugar, and vanilla. That's what it smells like, and that's what you get. This isn't a very serious scent. It's very playful. It's very juvenile. There's nothing sexy about it. This is a good layering type of fragrance. I was looking for a very thick, dense, ooey gooey type of vanilla. This is not it. However, I was thinking that this was going to be it. However, it is ooey gooey. It just isn't thick or dense, and it isn't very ooey gooey and sweet and dense like I want it to be. I know marshmallows are not typically dense because it's a marshmallow, but you know, when you put it on a campfire, or when you put it over a flame, it does get a little bit thicker and a little bit ooier gooey and thicker and denser. So that's the type of marshmallow that I was looking for. That's what I wanted to get from a marshmallow fragrance. I didn't get it from this one. However, I do very still much like it, and I do feel like it will layer well with other scents. And with that being said, bedtime, wearing it out, layering it with other scents, any time of year. I mean, it's not super, it's sweet, but it's not super sweet. It's not cloying or anything like that. And I do feel like this is a feminine type of scent. We're going to segue into speaking about it not being cloying, or not, because it's not cloying because it's not very present. It's not, you barely smell it on you when you spray it on your clothes or your skin. You definitely have to overspray this fragrance for it to make any type of impact, for you to be able to smell it at all. This is a very light, airy wearing fragrance. It's light in the note structure makes it light, and it's light in its presence. So it's just a light wearing fragrance. Like it doesn't have to be a light wearing fragrance. Because it's a marshmallow, it could be a little bit more present. Even though it is a marshmallow, it's just not present. I don't smell it on my skin. I don't smell it on my clothes unless I literally put my head, nestle my head in my bosoms to smell it, or bring my clothes up to my nose to be able to smell it, or my hand up to my nose to be able to smell it. You don't really smell it. However, it lasts on your skin, but you don't smell it. So let's segue that into value. Is it worth this price point? This is like $80. I feel like you can find something else. Like you can find a Bath and Body Works to do what this one does. Just gonna put it out there. I was so super thirsty to get this one because it's hard to find. If you order it from the website, they tell you, and it says that it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for this one to make it and send it out. That's not worth it to me. It's not readily available. I did have to find it from Macari, and they were trying to price gouge on there. So baby, all of that going through all the hoops, jumping through all them hoops for that, nah, I'll pass next time. So to blind buy or not to blind buy, if you want to blind buy if you want to blind buy that one, be my guest. It's a marshmallow fragrance. If you like marshmallows, there's nothing not to like about it other than it don't last. So it does, this smells like that, or that smells like this. I do have a Marshmallow by Beauty Collection. It smells similar to that one. However, that one is a little bit more present. That one to me is worth its coin. That one to me is the Gourmand marshmallow that I was looking for and that I needed in my life. That Marshmallow by Beauty Collection, that's what I need in my life. That's what it does, is put me in the mind of, but marshmallow is better. I said it. Rating 6 out of 10. I was disappointed because it didn't last long. I couldn't barely smell it. I could barely smell it. It wasn't the ooey gooiness that I was looking for. It was a little bit more lighter wearing and lighter smelling than I anticipated. It just didn't do all the things that I needed it to do. Review, I give it, what did I give it? A 6 out of 10. And it just wasn't what I needed. It didn't give me the things that I needed to give. However, I do feel like it'll layer well with other scents. I do feel like it's a feminine scent because it is very sweet. However, the performance is just not great at all. Like, I don't care how you put it, all the way around, it's not great. The performance or the longevity sucks. It's terrible. I'm gonna have to spray this whole bottle in order for me to be able to smell it presently on myself. However, not the longevity is decent. It's actually pretty good when I smell it. Okay, year round, because I mean, you don't smell it, so year round, right? I mean, why couldn't I wear it in the springtime? Why couldn't I wear it whenever I wanted to wear it? I don't smell it. That's that. So yeah, 6 out of 10. If I had to pick a freeze fragrance find out of this haul, I'm gonna have to give it to the most popular one, and that's Accident à la Vanille, because it does what it needs. It does the things that I need for it to do. So freeze fragrance find of the day, Accident à la Vanille. Go get your nose on it. If I were to say go smell anything out of this entire haul, if I were to say go purchase anything out of this entire haul, and if anything out of this entire haul, what is worth it, definitely this Accident à la Vanille. Thank you for making it to the end of this video, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is probably going to be a long video. I'm going to try to cut it down as much as I possibly can without cutting out the meat and the meat and potatoes of it, right? So thank you very much for making it to the end of this video. My birthday is at the end of the month. We're still trying to decide if I'm going to do a consecutive commemorative type of series for my birthday. I don't know yet. I think my next video is going to be the fragrance tag, the Solo Dolo, because I do have a lot of one-offs in my fragrance tag. I mean, in my fragrance collection. I do not have a Like, I'm not the type of person that will collect all of one house. It's going to be either 1 or 2 or 3 that I like in one house, and that's going to be it. And a lot of fragrances in my collection don't have brothers or sisters because I'm very picky about my fragrances. So it may not seem that way, but I actually very much am. I only want to have fragrances in my collection that I actually love, strong like, or actually am completely enamored with. So I do have a lot of just loners in my fragrance collection, so I do want to go ahead and do that fragrance tag. So that may be my next video, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how my schedule looks. But thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you'll be notified when I do post that next video. Don't you dare miss out. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. See ya.